get back into our chillaxin and try that one more time. We're going to repeat the sequence we just did, which is learning how to do some leg lifts and some bicep curls in combination. And if you do about 10 of these each day, you'll start to feel really strong. So it might be hard to do one on the ground without the leg loops, and we don't care about that. We're not trying to show off, not yet. But if we can do 10 in the swing, we're going to start to get nice and strong. So we're going to reach forward for the leg loops as high as we can. It's important to reach up as high as you can so you have some leverage. And the first ones that we do, which is the beginner sequence, which we've done before, is just simply tucking in and coming into a floating child's. And then we inhale, we open up the hips. I call this silver spoon because it's like we're making a wish. We're going to do a bicep curl here. And then we exhale. Yep. Yeah, I call it the nub. So if you want to actually grab for the top of the fabric where the webbing starts, that's a nice hold. And that makes it a little bit easier to hold on and pull up. Now you're going to pull up a little bit higher than you would if you're holding onto the leg loops. So that's a personal choice. It's a good question from Barbara. I'm going to hold on to the leg loops. And that way when I do my bicep curl, it's actually a little bit harder. It makes it easier to hold on to the webbing. You have a little bit more leverage to pull, and it feels better on the hands. So it's harder. Yeah, exactly. So after we warm up the hips and get some arm strength going, then we can try to extend the legs. So you can squeeze the legs together, and then when you do the bicep curl, you can open up the legs wide, and you just try it. See if you can get the legs involved in the motion. So not much core involved yet. So now we're going to balance, sitting straight up and down, and I'm going to release the swing from behind my back to grab for the handholds. Okay, now when I grab for the handholds, now it's hard. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to just try to do a bicep curl and squeeze the legs together at the same time. Now sit down and relax in between. Okay, so bicep curl, squeeze. Can make sounds, funny sounds if you need to. No, I don't mind, they can't hear you. Okay, you can be like, try your Incredible Hulk version, which is and pull up. And then relax in between. Okay, so just try 5 to 10 of those each day. They get easier and more fun in time, but yes, they're hard. And then we get back into the swing. Release the leg loops. And relax. Now if you did those on the ground without the leg loops, they're very hard, but they're also really good to start to practice that engagement through the core. So you might need to shake out your hands a little bit, but you did it, right? So something that seems impossible to do on the ground, you can work up to doing in the swing. So the swing's here to support us. It helps us to go deeper. Now, I also have an easier version that I do of those every day. So there's always a version we can do, right? So the version I like to do, and this will also help us learn how to do our flips and our pikes, and this might be too advanced or challenging for you, Barbara, but we'll give it a try. What we're going to do is we're going to reach as high as we can for the leg loops, open up our hips, and then come to stand, right? So we slide up into high diver, okay? So now when we're in high diver, we can do the sequence where we come to prayer, right? So I have my hands only around the swing, and then I'm going to press them forward and open up the leg loops. So come wide, right? So I get the leg loops into a comfortable position on the outside of the hips. I open up for high diver, for skydiver. Yep, you got to get the leg loops into the sweet spot. And then bend the elbows, bend the knees, feet together, and just hang. So open up the chest. So this is a sequence that is familiar, that we've done before. And then we're going to add a little flair, a little something from here. Okay, there's lots of different additions that we can do to the sequencing. So we're just going to straighten our legs, bring them back wide, and in the center of the mat, widen in the center, and then go ahead and lean back. So this time when I lean back, I'm going to hold on to that area that I call the nub. So it's that spot right above the fabric onto the webbing. So it's not the carabiner. Don't try not to hold on to anything that's metal because it will hurt your hands. So the fabric in the top of the nub is still soft enough for the hands. Okay? So from here, I'm going to lift my legs and then bring them down wide again. So I just lift and bring them wide. So this is the same kind of motion where I'm starting to activate the core. And I'm going to lift so much that I can lean back and come into a pike. And then I'm going to come to sit again. So it's like, I know, it's advanced, but just try the pike. I mean, just try lifting the legs. You don't have to come all the way back. So my arms are going to be straight. I lift, and then I pike. But you don't have to go all the way back. Just try the little bit of a lift first. So if you can lift and get your feet pointing up towards the sky, that's a great start. And you just practice up. Just practice. Well, just try it. If you do it a couple times, I'll be able to show you why. But the leg loops are up high, and you're leaning back, and you lift the legs, and then eventually you can lift the legs up and over your head, and then your back is level with the earth. You have to hold on strongly here and balance, and then you can come back to sit. We're not going to flip all the way over. It's just half. So go ahead and try it one more time. I'll watch you, Barbara. Yeah. So just lean back and lift your legs up. Yeah. So most people don't lean back enough, and that's the reason why so it's the pivot point in the hips. Yeah. So that's all you do for today. So when it's that's okay. Yeah, so that's why it's called advanced. We have to give you something to look forward to. Just like last week, we were doing the side flips, and that was challenging. Like each time we learned something new. But if you can watch me for 1 second and just notice the dynamics of the movement, the different pivot points in the body. So I learned to just lift, which you got down. So I'm going to lift my legs up, and then at a certain point, I can just lean back. That's all I do is lean back, straight arms. And then I can come and roll back again. So we're learning how to rotate on a wheel, and our hips are the axis point, like a choo-choo train. You know, we have to learn how to rotate, and that's all I'm doing. So it's not a linear movement where it's straight up. It's up and then back on that wheel. And then it's easy. I'm just using the momentum. So try it one more time, and then we'll move on. Go ahead and just pick the legs up and then lean back. Yeah. Are you holding on to the swing, or are you holding on to the handholds? Your hands? Okay. The nub, good. No, the handles would be hard. So if you hold on to the handles, that would make it very hard. Because then you have to kick up and over, and that one you have to have a little bit more oomph. So we start out just using the leg loops before we get to the handholds. Yep, that's the right direction. We'll just have to work from there. Well, it does go. You're just going to get it next time. It's okay. All right. So let's just kind of hang out here and play, since this is one of my favorite positions to massage out the legs. So we're just going to lift the knees and sink the hips down, and let the leg loops massage out and stretch all the way. And then we're going to lift the legs, lift the hips again, and slide the leg loops back up a couple times. And this should feel really, really good on the connective tissue. We're stretching all the fascia, all that congestion that happens in the legs. So just play a couple times like that. You're just going to be swinging in the space. My hands are still holding on to the top of the leg loops, so just make sure that your grip feels comfortable. Your hands are not really working here. You're more just pushing the hips up and letting the leg loops slide up and then letting them slide back down. Beautiful. All right. Now from here, let's come back to our chillaxin pose. Okay, sway it out from side to side. Play a little bit with freeze frame, which means stretch to one side and hold it, and then stretch to the other side and hold it. Very good. Slow it all down. Okay. From here, we might as well go ahead and open up the hips and go through our dancing Shiva sequence since we're already here. And then we're going to do some more core strength with the plank toe touches and then try our side flips again and show them off. Okay. So inhale, go ahead and open the arms wide. Exhale, reach up for the leg loops as high as you can. And then bend the right knee, roll into the top of the left leg. Okay. Beautiful. Now from here, I want you to go ahead and bend the knee and reach back and grab for the foot. We're going right into our dancing Shiva pose. Now, if you pull the foot up towards the sky, you can bend the elbow. Once you bend the elbow, you might be able to slide the toes up into the elbow crease and hook. This is a big stretch for the quad. Okay, so we just went from a basic to an intermediate to an advanced. Okay, so once our body is feeling that openness, we can go a little bit deeper. But this is still a big stretch for anybody. Okay, we're going to lean back to release. Okay, release that foot. You're spring loaded. Release it slowly. Do a little roundabout. Change sides. Bend the left knee, come onto the top of the right. Open up the shoulder, right? If we push that leg loop away, it feels really, really good. So we get the openness first. Hips are moving away from one another. Then bend the right knee. Grab for the foot. Make sure the foot is pointing up towards the sky. Then you can start to pull in. Bend the elbow. Get the foot in the elbow crease. Make sure you got a good hook there. And then you can drop in and let the hips open. That looks great, Barbara. Okay. So dancing Shiva is one of my favorite quad stretches. It's a really big opener for the body. And then we're going to go ahead and slowly lean back to release. So even the transitions are part of the pose, right? Go ahead and chillax it out from side to side, sway it out, come through a freeze frame. And then we're going to play a little bit doing our little seesaw from here, which is really fun. So we're going to come to center, inhale, open the arms wide. Exhale, reach for the leg loops. And then we're going to press the arms straight, press the legs straight, come into hummingbird. This one's hard. Yes, beautiful, but you can feel that dynamic strength of all the energy moving away from center. Okay, beautiful. All right, and we release the arms. We're going to go ahead and just sway from side to side a little bit. So I'm going to bend the right knee, and then I'm going to pull. And then we come into the seesaw. Yeah, really fun. So I'm going to stay with the right knee bent, and then when I want to switch sides, I'm going to do the roundabout, and then left knee bends. Okay, and I still just pull one hand. Yeah, you got it. This is really fun. You can kind of sway in a circle, but get a good momentum going. So this is our playtime. So even though we're going to do some poses, you can start to, like on a swing, you can start to use your body to go around in a circle. Right? So we're just playing with that momentum. And switch sides one more time to just get it. And then come on back through center. Really fun. Okay? Whee! All right, hang out here. So our hands might be a little tired. Let's go ahead and do our jazz hands. Shake them out. Lean back. Open up. And I'm going to bring, when you're ready, bring your right foot on top. I want to practice coming into our can opener. Just one of our new poses. Okay. Just lean back and let that hip open up. So I call it wagging the tail. So the left foot is just exploring in the space. And this is easy breezy. Right? So after we do something dynamic, we slow it down, we do something relaxing. Beautiful. So I'm going to hold on to the swing, lift my hips up towards the sky, and let my head drape down towards the ground. Now this might be enough of a stretch, but if you can reach back for the left foot, you're going to come into a half bow. You can also swim both hands back. This is harder, and grab the foot with both hands and come into the can opener. So just a slight variation on our bow pose. Nice. grab for the swing, and come on back to sit. Really good. Isn't that nice? Yeah, and so my other favorite stretch that I've been doing from here is I simply just extend the right leg up and come into the hook. It's a version of hook. My foot's not hooking anything, but we've done this part where we drop our hip and we get into the outer hamstring, IT band, and then my left hand can grab for the leg loop or the foot, and I'm going to help the twist so then I can open up. Isn't that nice? Yeah. So make sure you drop the hips to get the stretch, and then you can kind of look back towards your fingertips. Oh yeah, I love that one. So yeah, just some variations on some things that we've done before, always building on the practice. We change sides. The left foot comes into a half pigeon. I have my toes flexed back and they're hooking the outer edge of the leg loop, and then I just come into my chillaxing arms for a minute. Just sway from side to side. Wag the tail. Just let it feel good, nice and easy. You can come into some jazz hands, which is always nice to stretch the arms back. Now from here, Barbara, if you want to try it, I call it, it's like a kid in play. I'm going to reach my right hand for my right foot first, and then I can lean back and come right into the half bow. It's a little bit more advanced to come in that way, and then you can hold on to the foot with both hands and come into the can opener. Isn't that fun? Get like a nice massage down the back as the swing slides down too, because it's tractioning paraspinals. Much more advanced, but you can always hold on to the swing. So go ahead and release the foot. Hold on to the swing and pull yourself back up. So the transitions can be easy, like step by step, or we can make them more challenging. So a lot of my clients have trouble reaching that foot and getting the quad stretch to lean back. So you can always hold on to the swing if that's too much. So there's a couple different variations. Isn't that nice? Yeah, yeah. So go ahead and extend that left leg. Let's come into our twist. So we drop the hip. This is really important. And then reach for the outer edge of the right foot. That's the left foot, pardon me. And then extend the arm and twist. We do a version of this on the ground, right, in yoga. But it feels good in the air. You get stretch everywhere. And so we're relaxed through the hips and engaged through the arms. Engaged but relaxed. Beautiful. All right. And we slowly release. Let's chillax it out from side to side. Nice deep breath. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm enjoying adding some new things into what we've been working on. It's been fun. And now we're going to come into some things that are a little bit more familiar, because I want to do the plank toe touches and work on the side spins. There's always like another version of the side spins that we can try too. So what we're going to do is our nifty transition here where we hold on to the swing and lean back. So we're going to come through our peaceful warrior. So we're going to release our leg loops on the way down. So we can just kick them off. Make sure the swing is at the sweet spot across the hips, and then just hang out for a breath in peaceful warrior. So we got into our inversion from our chillaxing pose, and then we just release the leg loops. From here, I want us to go ahead and keep the right foot hooked. We're going to extend the left leg out, do a sit-up, come to sit, and let that foot float out to 3 o'clock on your mat. Okay, so now we're in a side body stretch. So that's a nice transition to come from chillaxing into our plank toe touches. Right? So side body is opening up here. We could always do the plank toe touches with one leg loop on to make it a little bit easier, but I think we're ready for the advance today. So Barbara's been practicing with me for a while, so that's why we're skipping some of the beginner poses. But we could always stretch out this sequence and make it a little bit easier by using the leg loops. Okay? So we're going to lean back, right hand extends, left leg is level with the earth, and then we're going to exhale, squeeze, toe touch, get our core strong here, Go ahead and squeeze. Inhale, expand to a plank. And then exhale, squeeze again. So 10, if you can. And if you do them a little faster, obviously that makes it a little harder. But make sure you don't lose the pose. So we stay engaged. And after we get the core nice and strong, we're going to come into dancer. So dancer is when we let the arm and the foot extend towards the floor and arch. Stretch the belly, and then we can reach back and grab for the foot. So bend the knee, come into a half bow, and stretch the quad, stretch the belly. Beautiful. Okay, so go ahead and come back up to sit. I want you to hold on to the swing with both hands to pull yourself up. Now once you're up, you're welcome to extend the right arm back and then turn the left toes towards the left. Now this is going to turn the belly down towards the ground, which is a really important spin towards the earth to get the side flip. Okay? Head has to stay on the inside of the swing. If it's on the outside, you'll get stuck. Okay, great. Now from here, you're not really using your right hand. Your right hand can drop down towards the floor. If you need to hold on, you can hold on to the leg loop with both hands, which is, again, a little bit of a training wheel in order to get the spin. So I'm going to hold on to the leg loop for the first one, just to show you guys again. So as I turn my belly down towards the ground, all I do is I keep my body level with the earth. I pick up my left foot and I spin it through center. I have to keep my upper body facing down towards the earth to get the spin. Let's try it again, just using one hand. We're going to lean back, wrap the right leg around, and come to stand. So a little bit faster the second time. Okay. Important to have the left toes pointing out towards the left. My right hand can hold on if you need an anchor, or I can just let my right hand hang down towards the ground. Okay, just gonna hold on to my leg loop so it's out of the way. So my left hand's holding on to the swing, I turn my belly towards the earth, I pick up my left leg, and I spin. It's really fun to learn the side spins. They come in handy when you're doing tricks. And it's really good to learn the pivot point in the hips. Okay, so we're just going to lean back and come through our second side. Barbara, you doing okay over there? Okay, good. And then put the swing low upon the waist to lean back. Let's hook the left leg and come to sit for our plank toe touches. So left leg hooks, right leg extends out to about 9 o'clock if you're looking at a circular mat like I use. Go ahead and just hang out. So first we open up the body. We want to create space and then strengthen around the space that's been created. That way the body remembers and holds on to the length. We don't want to compress and then strengthen, because then our body learns to compress. So really simple, basic logic around how to create maximum openness in the body and strength around the openness. So we always open up first, and it feels really good. Besides that, it feels good. Okay, hold on with your right hand to the swing. Left arm extends back, and when you do that, you're going to pick up the right leg. So you're going to try as much as you can to stay as flat as a board. And then exhale, toe touch. Make sure that you're deepening in your hip crease so your fingers touch your toes. Inhale, expand. Exhale, toe touch. Try 10 plank toe touches. Go slow if you want to work on control, and go a little faster if you want to work on core strength. So it just depends on what your focus is. Either one is totally fine. So you can work on that, the power and the squeeze in the belly, or you can work on more of the alignment and the control. But wherever you are, make sure you do 10. I'm just talking to get us through it. And then after your last one, I want you to extend, arch, and open the belly. Toes come towards the ground. Fingertips come towards the ground. This is called dancer. So you can see we're flourishing. And then I want you to bend that right knee, swing your hand back, hold on to the foot. Stretch the quad, stretch the stomach, let it feel good. Nice deep release the foot. Go ahead and hold on, so I like to hold on to the swing with both hands and pull myself to stand. Okay? So once I come to stand, I'm going to go ahead and just let my left arm extend back, roll my chest and my belly towards the earth, turn my toes out to the right. So right toes to the right, this way we can spin the belly down. Notice I have a nice long line of energy through the leg. We're just going to go ahead and do the first one where we're holding on to the swing and the left hand is free. If you need to use the leg loop with both hands, a little bit more of an easier version of training wheels, it's totally okay. So the key is to have your body level with the earth. So your head has to point down to get your right leg up, and then you just spin through center. Yes, really good. You just spin through center. So the key is to keep your body level with the earth, and that's the only error that I see people make where they can't pick up their bottom leg because they haven't actually created a flat plank, which is why we do the plank toe touches and get the whole torso nice and strong before we try to spin on axis. Really good. Okay, great. Well, if you want to try something a little zany today, I know we haven't done much of the high flyers, but we can try to do the Jedi kicks. Jedi kicks are a more advanced practice, but I just want to show you when and how we can use the side spins. Okay, so we're going to come through our peaceful warrior, and we're going to wrap both legs around. So to get the core strength, we're going to straighten our legs up towards the sky and do a big sit-up. Now when we do a big sit-up, we're going to be on the upper level. Now from here, I can use my hand hold to spin forward. So I come in through one side spin, and then another side spin to come on out. Have you been watching the Jedi kicks? Yep. Sure. So let's try it one more time. So just watch again for this one. And what I'll do is to prepare us for Jedi kicks, I'll simply have us do the core strengthening. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap my legs around and straighten them. So that's the keys to get the core strength to do the sit-ups. And then you have to lift yourself up and hold on to the handhold. Can you see my hands now? Okay, I'll show you one more time. You'll see it on the video too. So I'm holding on to the handhold, and then I'm going to lean forward and I spin. So when I spin here, I bring my leg through center, and I grab the other side. And then I'm going to spin again, and then come through. So before we can do Jedi kicks, we have to learn how to do the side spins. So for today, in preparation to do the high flyers, what I want us to do is just some sit-ups from Peaceful Warrior. Okay? Well, yeah, well, good. Let's do it together then. So, well, you have to prepare for the first part to do the second part. So we'll do it together. So I'm going to start out back to back with you so that you can see how to do. So I start out with Peaceful Warrior. The swing is at the waist. I wrap my legs around. So my feet are going to hook, and then I press them straight. So this is really important to start to bend. Yeah, that's great. Bend at the hip flexors, and I just want you to do 5 toe touches. So you can even grab for the leg loops if you want, as high as you can, and touch your toes. See if you can get the core strength to come up. Yep, it's hard, but if we can't do the toe touches, then it's really hard to pull ourselves up to come into the high flyer. So once you come into the high flyer, I want you to use the leg loops, let yourself slide back down, and then do it again. Oh, good. Try it one more time. Slide down the leg loops. Really good. Go ahead. and straighten your legs. This is how we prepare to do Jedi kicks, because Jedi kicks are one of the most advanced flips we do. Go ahead and reach up as high as you can. Pull yourself up to sit. And then from there, what I want you to do is just hold on to one handhold. So hold on, just one. Hold on to the handhold with your left hand if you can. And then what I want you to do is I want you to just lean back. So for the first one, we're just going to lean back. Yeah, so lean back, your right hand is dangling. Yes, hi. I know you can see me too. Okay, so from there what I want you to do is I want you to bring both legs over. Bring both legs over, so you're like hanging, yeah, both of them. So both legs. Yeah. Yes, there you go. Beautiful. And now what you're going to do, so just trust me, we're going to get there. You're going to bring your left leg through center, and then you're going to grab with your right hand. Yes. So now we're in a side spin. We release the left hand, we turn our belly towards the ground, and we kick down. Beautiful. Okay. That was, I know, it's exciting. So we just did a half Jedi, right? So what we did is we leaned back instead of leaning forward. And that allowed us to practice the side spin without that scary free fall. Now, why don't we go ahead and do the other side, okay? So we just did the left hand, we're gonna do the right hand. We'll start out back to back again. We're gonna put the swing nice and low. That was really great, Barbara, good work. We're gonna hold on. I know, it's exciting. We're gonna, I know you thought you couldn't do it. So we give you little tiny bites each time. So we straighten our legs. This is really important to be able to lift our torso. So big sit up, pull yourself up. Now once you're here, yeah, we're gonna hold on to the handhold with the right hand. I like the wrist wrap so you can lean back. When you lean back, your left hand is dangling towards the floor. Yes. You're gonna bring both legs over. So squeeze your legs together and get them on this side. Yeah, good. So this is where we would wind up if we did a side spin, if we would have done the front free fall. Now I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to let that leg come through center. It's going to spin me over. I'm going to hold on to the swing with my left hand, and I'm going to release the right. And then I'm going to, well, you have to hold on to the swing with your left hand and release your right. Release the handhold. Yes, and then you can spin out. Let's try it. Yeah, you have to release the handhold once you do the spin. Just watch for this one. Okay? So there's a couple tricks as you go along, and I'm going to go a little faster. We'll come right up into the high diver. So the first trick is when we hold on to the handhold and lean back, we have to get both legs over. So that's where some people get stuck. So both legs over. So I'm going to lift my right leg towards the sky. My left hand grabs for the swing. Okay, I have to release the handhold. I spin my belly forward, and then I flip around. Yeah. All right, let's try it again. Okay, last time, and then we're gonna come into a nice Shavasana. All right, so we come through our peaceful warrior. That's our #1 inversion. So we hang out here. We straighten the legs. Big sit up, whoops. Once we do our big sit up, we pull ourselves up. Okay, so right hand grabs the handhold. We lean back. So when we lean back, we go ahead and bring our legs together, and then on the front side. Okay? Then the right leg is going to come through center. Our left hand is going to spin around and we grab the swing. Okay, once we grab the swing, our head is through center. We release our right hand. We spin forward. And then Jedi kick